Welcome, everyone. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel, English and IELTS Mastery Hub, for more tips and practice sessions for IELTS and General English.
Today, we're going to simulate the IELTS Speaking Part 1 test, covering 3 common topics: work, study, and hometown. I'll be taking on the role of the candidate, and Abby will be our examiner.
That's right. Let's begin the test. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Alec Carter.
Okay, Alec. In this first part, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I am currently employed full-time. I work as a senior software developer for a tech company based in London. I've been in this role for about 3 years now, and it's a very dynamic and challenging environment.
What are your main responsibilities at your job?
My role primarily involves designing and implementing new features for our mobile applications. I'm also tasked with mentoring junior developers and collaborating closely with the product management team to ensure our technical solutions align with business goals.
And what do you like about your job?
The aspect I enjoy the most is the problem solving. I find it incredibly rewarding to tackle complex technical challenges and see them turn into tangible, useful features for our users. Additionally, the collaborative atmosphere is fantastic. Working with such talented and supportive colleagues makes every day enjoyable.
Is there anything you would like to change about your job?
That's an interesting question. While I'm very satisfied overall, I suppose one aspect I would improve is the volume of administrative meetings. Sometimes they can disrupt deep focus work. I believe we could streamline our communication processes to be more efficient, allowing more time for core development tasks.
Thank you. That is the end of part 1. Okay, let's step out of the roles now. Great job, Alec. That was a fantastic demonstration of how to handle part 1 questions.
Thanks, Abby. Now let's break down some key tips. The first, and perhaps most important, is to always extend your answers. Notice I never just said, I am a software developer.
Exactly. You added where you work, how long you've been there, and what the environment is like. That's a perfect way to add detail. The second tip is to use specific examples or reasons. When I asked what you like about your job, you didn't just say, it's interesting. You mentioned the problem-solving aspect and the collaborative atmosphere.
Right. It makes the answer more personal and memorable. Finally, the third tip is to showcase a range of vocabulary. Instead of just saying, I have to, I use phrases like, my role primarily involves, or I'm tasked with. Using words like dynamic, collaborate, and streamline also helps to demonstrate a stronger command of English.
Excellent points. Now, let's move on to our second topic, study. We'll jump right back into the simulation. Alec, could you tell me about your academic background?
Certainly. I hold a bachelor's degree in computer science, and I'm currently pursuing a master's in artificial intelligence. My decision to specialize in AI was driven by a fascination with machine learning and its potential to solve complex, real-world problems. The course is quite rigorous and demands a deep understanding of algorithms and data structures.
What do you enjoy most about your studies?
The most stimulating aspect for me is the practical application of theoretical knowledge. For instance, in my recent project, I developed a neural network to predict stock market trends. The process of designing, training, and refining the model was incredibly challenging, yet immensely gratifying. It's this blend of intellectual rigor and tangible outcomes that I find most appealing.
Is there anything you would change about your course?
If I could suggest one improvement, it would be to incorporate more guest lectures from industry professionals. While the academic foundation is robust, I believe insights from people actively working in the AI field would provide invaluable context and bridge the gap between theory and current industry practices.
Thank you. And that concludes the study section. Let's analyze those answers. Alec, what was your strategy there?
My main goal was to demonstrate a clear progression in my answers. For the first question, I provided context, my bachelor's degree, before explaining my current studies and my motivation. Using specific terminology like machine learning, algorithms, and data structures shows familiarity with the topic.
That's a great point. And when you talked about what you enjoyed, you gave a concrete example, the neural network project. This makes the answer much more convincing and memorable. It's a perfect illustration of the show, don't just tell principle. Using words like stimulating, rigorous, and gratifying also elevates the vocabulary. Exactly, specificity is key. Now for our final topic, hometown. Let's dive back in. Alec, could you describe your hometown to me?
Of course. I grew up in a quaint, historic city called York, located in the north of England. It's renowned for its magnificent cathedral, York Minster, and the remarkably well-preserved medieval city walls. The city has a charming, almost timeless atmosphere with cobbled streets and timber-framed houses that transport you back in time.
What do you like most about it?
What I appreciate most is the city's rich sense of history. You can literally walk through centuries of it, from the Roman foundations to the Viking remnants and the medieval architecture. There's a particular street called the Shambles, with its overhanging timber-framed buildings, that feels like stepping into a different era. This historical tapestry is what makes it truly unique for me.
Has your hometown changed much in recent years?
Yes, quite significantly. While the historic core is meticulously preserved, the city's outskirts have seen considerable modernization. There's been a surge in new housing developments and commercial centers. It's a delicate balancing act, trying to accommodate a growing population while safeguarding the city's invaluable heritage. Some argue it's a necessary evolution, while others feel it detracts from the city's traditional character.
Thank you, Alec. That's the end of our final simulation. The use of descriptive language there was excellent.
Thanks. With a topic like hometown, the key is to paint a picture with your words. I used adjectives like quaint, historic, magnificent, and charming to create a strong visual impression. Mentioning specific landmarks like York Minster and the Shambles makes the description more vivid and personal.
Absolutely. And in the final answer about the changes, you presented a balanced view. You didn't just say it has changed, but you explained how, modernization on the outskirts, and even acknowledged the different perspectives on this change. This demonstrates nuanced thinking and a sophisticated use of English. We hope this practice session was helpful. For more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what topic you'd like us to cover next.